I'm Jackie for the Schenectady Business Spotlight. Today I'm inside Proctor's at the Schenectady Greenmarket. I'm going to go have a talk with some of the vendors about the variety of products on sale here today. Mary Moore, one of the organizers of the Schenectady Greenmarket. This is the inaugural year of the market. So how would you measure the success so far?
So far, I think it's been great. We had massive turnouts for the first few weekends, and we've still had easily 1,000 people every weekend and a nice steady flow throughout the course of the market. So for a first time, we're very pleased, and for a winter market, I think that's a great number.
So what was the purpose of bringing the Green Market to Schenectady? I know you have the Albany's Farmers Market, the Troy Market, there's the Saratoga Market, and what made you guys say we need to get out to Schenectady?
Well, it's a long way to drive to Troy, and there were a lot of reasons different for different people, but a lot of us felt very strongly that we wanted to have local food available right here in Schenectady. We also felt like this was a great way to build community and to highlight the downtown and help really this be a part of the downtown revitalization movement. And we also just felt like with things the way they are right now, that this was a really important time to find ways to support our farmers however we can. And I think we bring a unique aspect to this market, and then we really do try to make it a community event. So we have the music and we have guest chefs, and people have responded very positively to that, so that they see this not just as a market but a place, a destination.
One of the reasons of bringing the market downtown to Schenectady was to sort of give a little bit more of a kick to the downtown revitalization. Do you have any feedback as to what the effect has been on the downtown community?
So far it's been very positive. The J Street vendors, we have a great relationship with them, and they're very pleased that we're here. A lot of them whose shops weren't open on Sunday have started being open on Sundays. I've heard of a few that actually decided to be closed on Mondays so they could be open on Sundays because we were generating so much foot traffic on J Street. Other people have said they're really excited that we've done something that no one else has been able to do. To have this many people downtown on a Sunday is really fantastic. And just being at Proctor's has been a great relationship too with all of their shows, and the cooperation. I think we work very well together, and people seem to enjoy being here. So it's great that it's bringing this many people.
You're here on Sundays. What time do you open and close, and what time of year are you here?
Schenectady Greenmarket opens at 10 o'clock and goes till 2 o'clock, and we'll be here all year long every Sunday. And if you get here at 10 o'clock, you can join us for the bell ringing ceremony when we announce any new events going on, and we may even be raffling off some tickets to Proctor's events from time to time.
All right, now I get to cut the ribbon. On the count of 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
So Joni Richter from Cascade Mountain Winery, tell us a little bit about your wine and what makes it sort of unique.
Okay, we're one of the oldest wineries in New York State. We've been growing for almost 40 years, and we specialize in blends, trying to get the best of every grape to make a product that makes everyone smile. We don't add sulfites, so it's going to be healthier. We follow all practices close to being organic without being certified, but it's going to give you all the benefits of the wine, and it also gives you all the benefits for your heart, for your blood, and it makes your meal more pleasurable. But always drink wisely, just a glass a day.
So what are some of your more popular blends?
Cabernet and Foch is in the reds, and we do one in oak, so it's full-bodied, earthy like a Merlot, spicy like a Shiraz. Cabernet wraps around, balances it out. And then when we do it in stainless steel, it's more like the body of a Pinot Noir with a peppery Shiraz finish. Beautiful with Thai food.
So will you be featured in the market throughout the year, or is this a seasonal
Well, we plan on coming every week. We're really happy to be in Schenectady. We think they've done a great job organizing the market. They have wonderful volunteers, and of course the customers have been extremely welcoming.
Well, here at the farmers market, the vendors are actually here selling their goods, so you can speak to them and learn about their products, and looks like I'm going to get a little sample here.
Absolutely. You're going to have a sample of the rosé wine, and you're going to have a sample of our mustard, and the good thing is you get to learn how it's made, how it's grown, the story behind what you're tasting. And when you go to a grocery store, you buy a product based on how it's presented instead of on how it makes you feel.
And you actually get to see where your money is going, to the people in your community, and hopefully it stays in our community.
And you know that if you buy locally, 70% of the money gets reinvested right back into your local community as opposed to going out to some big industry. We're a small micro winery, so we never make more than 7,500 cases, and we always locally reinvest.
From Barber's Farm.
Yes.
Now, where's that located?
It's on Route 30, just south of Middleburg.
What are some of the benefits for a customer of having these products as opposed to going to a supermarket?
They know where they're coming from. They can talk about concerns they have as far as, was it sprayed with pesticides? It's just having that farmer to customer contact. They can find out a lot about the vegetables and how they were grown, and they know it's fresh.
Well, I noticed you have some of these popcorn on a cob. Explain to me how these work.
This corn is just a special variety. It's popcorn, and it grows kind of like a normal corn would with the husks on the outside. And we pick it a year ago, and we set it up, and it dries for a year, and those kernels harden it to this consistency. And then you can take this and you can stick it directly in the microwave in a brown paper bag, and it pops right off the cob. Or you can kind of push the kernels off and do it in oil on the stovetop, just like you would do if you went to the grocery store and bought a bag of popcorn. But it's kind of a fun thing to do.
What's been your biggest hit as far as the veggies and the popcorn over here?
Popcorn's definitely a big hit. Potatoes for winter storage. Carrots have been really popular. Broccoli, when we had it, was a really good seller. So a lot of that stuff.
Barber Farm is a low spray farm. Could you explain to me what that means?
We're a low to no spray farm, so we only spray if we absolutely have to, but normally what we really love to do is use biological control. So we'll release ladybugs, parasitic wasps, things that'll go out and control the insects for us. We also practice a lot of crop rotation, so moving crops from one place to another.
What sort of things might you run into if you purchase from, say, a supermarket or things like that? What are some of the techniques used in these industrial farms that sort of affect the food that they're eating there?
A lot of the, when you're growing really big amounts of crops, if you've got monoculture, so just one crop planted in the area, if you've got a really huge industrial farm, a lot of times they will spray, because if you're dealing with acres and acres and acres of the same thing, it's a lot of times not as effective for them to go out and to release the insects, whether it's cost or whatever. So you will find some spraying in that situation. But for example, even with our big crops like our corn, 150 years or so that we've been growing the corn, it's never been sprayed. So we tell people you might occasionally find a little corn borer in the top, but just snip it off, toss it, and the rest of the year is perfectly fine. So we prefer to live with the insects, rather than run the risks of spraying the chemicals and that sort of thing. So, and we do a lot of composting, so the vegetables that go bad, that we can't sell, we'll put into a spreader and then compost them. So.
And do you fertilize your crops with the compost?
Yes, we will put that back on the fields.
So there's a lot of sustainable practice going on at the Barber Farm then?
There certainly is. Yep, we prefer it that way. It's a lot healthier for you.
So you have this beautiful, vibrant display of assorted squashes, some of which I've never seen before. And I'm sure some of the varieties are a little bit new to some of the people at the farmers market.
We have a really fertile valley, so it helps them grow bigger, and they have more flavor. Like with the carrots, they're different than you find in the grocery store. We don't just go for size. And there's so many different varieties that you get the different flavor than you normally get. Like an eggcorn squash is pretty typical for Thanksgiving. A lot of people have it, along with butternut, which we're actually out of today. We have some delicata and sweet dumpling, which taste the same. They're called a sweet potato squash sometimes. So you can it's really good for microwave. You can pop it with a fork, throw it in the microwave.